Welcome to the Northwest Georgia Football Podcast. I'm your host, Lawrence Morgan. We'll be coming to you a couple times a week this off season in this podcast form. You can join us on YouTube if you want to comment live. We'll get some of your comments on. But like I said, man, we got 8 months to go until the 2023 season starts. So this is our way of staying in the game until then, man. We're all waiting for spring football and can't wait for the 2023 season to start. We'll bring you some of the news and top stories from around as we go. I guess the biggest news this offseason so far has been the coaching changes around Northwest Georgia. We've had 8 schools change head coaches this offseason, which is about average for this area. The biggest surprise, Darlington head coach Tommy Atha stepping down after 21 years with the Tigers. Yeah, David Johnson comment says it feels about 7 months too long. I have to agree. I wish it was continuous. But yeah, Coach Atha stepping down, 179 career wins with the Tigers, 7 region championships. Actually won the region championship back to back. Gonna be some big shoes to fill out there. I'm sure they'll do a great job with whoever they hire. The other big change this offseason was Paulding County head coach Umbra Brown. He was one of our finalists for Coach of the Year last year at Paulding County. He turned that program around, took them to the playoffs, winning a season in 7 years. He is heading to Central Lions. He's a Central alma mater, Central graduate. 7 years at Hiram, defensive back coach. He was defensive coordinator at New Manchester, Paulding County before he took the head coaching job last year. 6-5 in a very tough region. Heads down to Central, man. They're loaded. Got a real great team coming back for him. Expect big things out of the Central Lions with Coach Brown. And that leaves the Paulding County job open. Haven't heard any rumors on that one, but they have a very good group of young kids there at Paulding County. Whoever steps in is going to be in good shape. And the big news that came across this morning, Gordon Central. Gordon Central has hired former Collins Hill head coach Lenny Gregory to take that job. Coach Gregory led Collins Hill to a state championship in 2021. Actually played for a quote-unquote national championship on ESPN out in Las Vegas that year. But he's heading up to Gordon Central, man. Gordon Central 0-2. 0-10 last year. Coach Gregory has a tough job ahead of him, but a lot of young talent on that Gordon Central team. Yeah, like I said, Chris Anderson said, saw that, man. Wow, yeah, great hire for Gordon Central. I know the fan base at Gordon Central is pretty excited. Kahala Creek, another coaching change in the offseason. Had their best season ever. Young program. Had a chance to win the region championship last week of the season. Drew Carter stepping in as the new head coach of the Kahala Creek Colts. Been an assistant there for a few years, offensive coordinator. Holds most of the quarterback records at LaGrange College. Real great guy. Heard positive things about him. Like I said, steps into a Colt program that's on the rise. Ringgold's open. Robert Akins. Guy's been there 16 years, 98 wins. Won a state championship in Tennessee before taking over Ringgold. Has been in the coaching profession since 1980. Heck, I couldn't even drive in 1980, and I'm an old man, so really interested to see who takes over that Ringgold spot. Like I said, we said Central, Umbra Brown at Central. Great hire for the Lions, I think. Drew Carter coached at my alma mater, Pepperell, for years. Congrats to him, his new position. That's from David Johnson. Like I said, I've heard a lot of positive things about Coach Carter from the people in the Colt community. I think he'll do a great job up there. The program's on the rise. Chattooga, Coach Gable coming over from Trine, where he's been, you know, coached every position at Trine at some point. You know, he's been the offensive coordinator at Trine for the last 2 years. Bulldogs average 35.8 points a game. Um, like I said, he's a graduate of Trine, coached at Trine, but heading down to Chattooga, man. See if he can get them Indians turned around. Chattooga has a lot of young players, a lot of talent. I saw where they had 70 or 80 kids come out the other day for a little preseason workout or a meeting. I know the Indian fans are excited to see what Cable can do with them. Our Murchie. Coach Green stepped down at the end of the year. Coach Eric Ballou, 3-year assistant at Rockmart, head coaching experience from Cumberland County, Tennessee. He's taken over the job with the Indians. Very strong senior class coming back. I think maybe 22, 23 seniors on the Indians team this year. Very, very good offensive minded fella from what I hear. I mean, Rockmart, 3 years, you know what they do on offense. And that's it, man. Like I said, I think the biggest surprise was the Darlington position coming open. I don't think anybody saw that one coming. But we still have Ringgold and Paulding County are still open at this moment. Haven't heard anything on any of those. I'm sure they'll close, hire somebody here shortly. But yeah, that pretty. So who do you guys think is the best hire this offseason? If you had to pick one, what do you think? I know the Lenny Gregory hire at Gordon Central is a surprise to a lot of people. I mean, like I said, the guy he played at BYU, state championship in 2021 with Collins Hill. He's coached some great players over the years. He's going to have his work cut out for him at Gordon Central, but like I said, he has a lot of young talent there. Got Calhoun right down the road to compete with. Central, Umbra Brown. Yeah, I think Umbra Brown at Central is a really great hire. Like I said, he was one of our finalists last year for Coach of the Year. Steps into a Central program that brings back a lot of talent. Jonez Walton, the running back at Central, is picked up offers from Georgia, Texas here recently. I really think they can compete with Cedartown this year for that region title. David Johnson says, got to say that Gordon Central hire is probably the best in my opinion. Excited to see what he can do. Yeah, the Central team, they have a young junior quarterback coming up. Being an alumni of the program, I think Coach Brown definitely will do an outstanding job there. Yes, like I said, we're going to try to come on a couple times a week and talk about whatever. We'll get some guests on here. Like I said, this is just kind of a trial run to see if this technology will work. I'm old, and I know we all want to talk football, man. Between now and August, we got a long way to go. Chris Henderson said he'd like to see his NIL deal at GC. Yeah, like I said, I think a lot of people are surprised by that move, but I got to looking at his background, and the guy graduated high school about the same year I did, man. So that means he's an old man. Only got a few years left, I'm sure. Be something else, though, if he could turn that Gordon Central program into a playoff contender. Like I said, he's got some young guys there that could do it, man. If he can get some kids from the hallway to come out there and play, I think Gordon Central could compete in 7AA. Oh yeah, Chattooga. Like I said, Chattooga has a lot of talent too. I think Coach Gable at Chattooga will have them competing this year for a playoff spot in 7A. A lot of guys returning. A lot of kids in the hallway there too that they need to get out and get on the field, and I think they'll be real competitive. Our Murchie, Coach Ballou at our Murchie, probably the biggest senior class they've had in a long time. Talented senior class. I know the last few years they've been waiting on this class of kids to too mature. I know they thought this year was going to be the year that they make the playoffs. So Coach Blue stepping into a good situation there at Armurchie. Like I said, we're still waiting on Ringgold, Paulding County, and I know the Darlington job is a huge one. I don't know if they'll keep it in staff or go outside and hire a big name, but Darlington's always loaded. Great program, great kids. They'll definitely be competing this year in 7A. Yeah, like I said, we're going to try to do this a few times a week. We'll try to get some guests on here. We'll get some coaches on if they're brave enough to come on here. They don't have to show their ugly faces because we'll just do it. We'll just do it as a podcast form, That way you don't even have to comb your hair or put on a shirt if you don't want to. You can just call us from your car. But like I said, we appreciate all the people that tune in every season. We had a great season last year. I know Benton and Chris and I are looking forward to 2023. Spring football right around the corner. All right. Thanks, guys.